Ah, there we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this little impromptu 100 subscriber live stream. I thought I finally hit that milestone, and I wanted to have a little something out of the ordinary to celebrate and also show off my little background for this. How's it going, Sven?
I'm doing pretty good. Just woke up, so I'm a little groggy, but congratulations.
Thank you. It's been it's been in the works. I honestly didn't think I was gonna be hitting this milestone, really, if ever. But thanks to all the guys thanks to all the guys and gals within this little community of ours that doesn't have a definable name, that I've been able to hit this mark, and I am grateful for it.
I refer to us as a nerd herd in my head canon. But yeah, it's a milestone that I look forward to hitting one day, hopefully. And I'm glad to be here.
Well, I certainly want to help push you along. So, let's see if we can't get a link for you. Oh, let's see. There we go. I got this pulled up. Let's throw you into the chat there.
Hail, New Bomb Turk.
Hello there, New Bomb.
Yeah, I'm actually working on a weekly live stream. I'm gonna call it Tales from the Closet. And basically, because my comic book collection is mostly stacked up in my closet, I am going to, because I have my camera pointed at my desk for a reason. I'm going to be reading a comic book series called Fables, and we'll start with Fables. And it's a long, there's 150 issues in it, and I have them all. But the idea is, I bring a few people on a panel, and I would love to have you. And I will show you and read this comic, and we can discuss it as we go, and just have an interesting conversation and introduce people to Fables. It's an indie comic that you've heard of The Wolf Among Us, right?
Oh yeah. It's Warren Ellis comic series.
That's Fable. No, it's Bill Willingham.
Oh, I was close.
But yeah, that game is based off of Fable, off of a character from Fables.
Okay.
I'm working on some graphics and an intro, but coming soon.
Well, I just realized also I had stream elements running, which I totally forgot about. I'll have to actually do something with that and set that up.
Yeah, Turk, that's the gist of it. That's the joke. Coming out of the closet. It's a play. No, I'm not coming out of the closet, but I think that's funny. Tales from the Closet. I believe there is a gay character too. If I remember, it's been a while since I've read this. I love introducing people to the stories and the nerddoms that I enjoy that maybe you've never heard about. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows Star Wars, everybody knows Star Trek, Doctor Who. These are large franchises that have a lot of people that they're recognized, but not a lot of people know about some of the obscure novels that I read or some of the indie comics that I enjoy, or maybe, and that's the whole concept of what I'm trying to do on YouTube. Provide alternatives to today's woke nonsense.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's totally a good cause to do, to bring more people in and getting people to, check out more more stuff to get people into. For example, one of the indie comics I just picked up from Indiegogo. I've shown this off a few times. Sovereign Wolf.
Nice.
Oh, too bad my lighting is not the best right now.
Ooh, that reminds me of like Thundercats. That looks pretty sweet.
Oh yeah, there's a bit of a vibe of that, but it's like these clans of shapeshifters fighting against a like an evil corporation that's trying to harness their shapeshifting powers.
That's pretty cool. Kind of like that X-Men movie. Remember when Wolverine goes back in time and they're trying to capture
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yep, that's been a great one I picked up that I recommend. What was a new bomb saying? The Walking Dead and I meant TWD. Sorry, I'm not familiar with who we're talking about there.
The wake down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you had to think about it. But yeah, the wake down.
Thank you. The Wake Down and I have been saying this for a little while now. Us little guys need to start creating positive content more often. Give the fandom something to enjoy, not gripe or get mad about. I mean, yeah, no, I think that is totally one of the best things we can do to keep pushing. So, for example, as I reach off screen into the light, the blinding light. On Mondays, I've been. On Mondays, I've been. Oh, I can't talk. On Mondays, I've been doing a regularly weekly stream going through episodes of Mobile Suit Gundam.
Okay.
Nice. If when you think you've scraped the bottom of the barrel of sci-fi, there's a whole other continent of content to cover.
I'm very unfamiliar with Gundam, but I do stop into Brightest Days build streams occasionally and just sit there and watch him build those their Gunpla builds, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, I enjoy watching him do that. That looks like a very interesting hobby. Yeah.
So those kits go from varying difficulty range. Like there are simple ones you could put together in a couple hours that might not take a lot of work, and there's other ones that will have an internal skeleton structure that you then put the piece that you'll then essentially layer the armor on top of. So you build it up, and that can take you about half a day or so, or you could take a few days with it and take your time.
Mm-hmm. See, I used to collect action figures. I've got a few, I've got an extensive collection of Black Series Star Wars figures. I've got the when Pacific Rim came out, I love that movie. It's just monster battles, and it was awesome.
Oh, I have great.
I have the complete NECA line of the Jaegers and the Kaijus from the first movie, all in their packaging. I was collecting action figures, and I view the Gundam building stuff. It's kind of like you're building your own action figure. Like you're buying an action figure, but then you get to put it together, and it's like you did that. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and kind of one of the best parts about it is even with that, you can then what a lot of people do is they'll paint them. So you could take any of these kits and take them to the next level and further customize it. So you can have any set of colors on it. You can bleed one color into the other and just do that with like both the arms and mirror that, or do like a split down the middle, like a one half black, one half white. Like basically, it's like you could paint it. You can do all that crazy stuff with it. Yeah, I've got quite a few action figures around here. Probably one of my latest acquisitions was the Mego Ultraman.
Okay.
Which was a Super Sentai series from about a guy who could turn into a big superhero. Which you can't see it, but he's down here in my corner, unfortunately. Where the idea is, he can only he can only transform to the hero for like 3 minutes because that's the big action scene at the end of the episode.
Right.
Which that all started out of them just using the leftover sets from the Godzilla movies.
Oh, okay.
So it was a bit of ingenious recycling, and then that led to stuff like Kamen Rider and Power Rangers, and that became a whole genre.
Nice. I apologize for my avatar, but as I said, my camera is down here, and I don't want to mess with it.
Hey, that's fine.
So,
yeah. To get back to thought I was having earlier for Gundam, there are a couple of movies on Netflix that would be a really good way to get into the series to kind of effectively watch a condensed version of what I'm covering on my show.
Right. Have you ever thought about doing watch parties? A friend of mine and I, he got me into it. There's a site called Cosme, and basically what it is, it's a free site. You can sign up. You know, it's kind of like, you know, any social media. You sign up like you would on Twitter or whatever, and you can then there's 3 ways you can do it. You could share screen, like say you've got a Netflix subscription. You pull your Netflix up, and then you share screen like you would on StreamYard, and then people can come into your Cosme room and watch what you're watching. You could share a URL, and that's more like along the lines of like YouTube stuff or, you know, things of that nature. You could, I don't want to promote this, but you could also grab URL stuff from like the free streaming sites, you know, like the torrent sites and stuff like that. And then there's also a file share. Like if you have a movie, like a Blu-ray movie that you like download the file on your computer, you can then share that file there. And that's probably the most, what's the word? It's the easiest. Your computer's not going to be bogged down. Like if you have 20 people in your room watching, it's not going to bog your computer down because it's running off of a file that you've uploaded to the website. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, me and I do Justified weekly watch party on Wednesdays, and I'll start the YouTube stream. I'll link the Cosme room pinned to the chat, and then the panel will watch it in the Cosme room, and we'll just talk about it as the show's going. That might be something like you know, more people might be interested in. It's very easy with Cosme.
Okay, I'll have to get the website because I was trying to type it up and I was just finding
it's KOSMI.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in beta right now, so I mean it's a beta site, but
I will check this out when I get off stream. But I have it bookmarked, and I will be checking that out.
Problem. I've found it to be the easiest way to share movies and TV shows with other people. You could do it in StreamYard too, but you could only have so many people here.
Also, because I think it's funny to grab this one and pull them on stream, especially with the green screen background, just devastating.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I can just stream off his leg. Also, because I also love these little skeletons.
Well, that thing is huge.
Oh yeah, this Devastator is like a good 18 inches tall. So here he is, like on my shoulder. Oh.
Yeah, 10 max, but in a Cosme room, I don't think there's a limit. It's just the more people there, the more. See, I'm not very technologically savvy, so I don't know the actual terms. But the more people watching, the more work your computer's doing, your internet. I don't know.
Oh, for that bandwidth.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah, the bandwidth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the other options to do is on the Discord side. Discord side is to have a do the voice channel and video and screen share,
Mhm.
which I think you can get up to like 20 that way. But that's more of a private, just kind of
Right.
scheduled thing behind the scenes.
The beauty about a site like that too is like it's like if I was to invite you to my home and we watch a movie together. It's the same concept. It's just on the internet. You invite people to your private room and you share your media with them.
Hmm. Okay, so it's a matter of they don't permanently keep the file. Like it's
No. Of course not. Yeah, that's how. Like, if it was like that, it wouldn't be. Yeah, it would be illegal.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just we're watching a movie together or a TV show or whatever it is.
Okay. Why do I have so many tabs open? I need to get rid of some of these.
I do that a lot too.
Then I have multiple windows up at the same time, and oh, actually, bandwidth would be handled by the point of origin. StreamYard handles the data, passes it on to YouTube. Only worry about the individual who has the bandwidth for it is StreamYard directly.
Yep.
That's good to know. I didn't exactly know how all the bandwidth stuff and that worked. Like I know a little bit here and there, but just kind of the odd bit or two or my cell phone. So I'm just like looking around, realizing I don't have certain things I normally have around me.
Um. Yeah, I know you. I know you love sci-fi. Are you a fan at all of like fantasy?
I do like some fantasy, yes. Like it's like honestly the whole mecha thing for me. I don't know if is that picking pick. So I heard like there's a dump truck going by, and I don't know if that was being picked up on the
Oh
stream.
no, I didn't hear it.
Okay. Anyway, the whole big giant robot thing for me kind of started out as me just like looking for a gimmick to grab because it's like everyone here likes talking about just all the general stuff. Everyone likes, oh, well, I'll sit here and talk about Star Wars or Star Trek or all this. And hello there, LDG. And I wanted something. I was like, I need a gimmick. I need something to help me stand out. And I was looking around. I'm like, I have a lot of big robot toys around me. What if I just talk about that kind of stuff? That was kind of how the whole channel thing really started. But yeah, no, I do like some fantasy. Like I'll get down with some D&D. I'll chuck some dice. I've got the Lord of the Rings sitting in the Blu-ray.
Yeah, my introduction to the world of fantasy started when I was 8 years old, and my mom read me The Hobbit. And after
Good place to
that,
start.
I fell in love with Tolkien. Imagine you're 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, trying to read The Lord of the Rings. It was brutal. It took me a few years to get through it, but yeah, that just it opened my eyes to a world like, oh my God, Labyrinth, Legend with Tom Cruise,
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal, Willow. I love the old Arthurian, like Sword in the Stone. Remember that cartoon? The Last Unicorn is great. I get made fun of a lot, but I love it's got Christopher Lee voice acting in it. I mean, and the music is great. It's a beautiful story. I do love sci-fi. I love space-based sci-fi most of all, but fantasy will always be my first love, especially medieval fantasy. And it could be from any region. It doesn't necessarily need to be European medieval fantasy. Like I love some feudal Japan stuff, or like China, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Native American.
You know, I remember as a child trying to find the Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and I would go to bookstores. I was specifically asking for books on it. They never had them, and I was never able to order it. So I just because the Dynasty Warriors video game series. Apologies for the little dead air there. Anyway, the Dynasty Warriors video game series I was really getting into, and I wanted to go and track down the original source material. I'll be like, I want to read this stuff. Unfortunately, I could never find it, and to this day, I still haven't been able to read it. But hello there, Captain Trek. Welcome. It's first time seeing you here.
Yeah, Captain Trek's a good friend. He does a show every morning called The Morning Brew. It's basically like this. It's just bullshit about whatever you want to talk about. Yeah, he's a good guy.
I haven't come across him before, so it's a first for me. I will be adding. I'll be subbing.
But yeah, I've never actually read anything Romance of the Three Kingdoms. I used to play the video game Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is like a turn-based strategy. Yeah, I have played Dynasty Warriors, and that's a great series too. But yeah, there's also another one called Nobunaga's Ambition, which is like it's Japanese. Oh man, I love that.
Oh, those are a lot of fun.
Yeah, hashtag blames Finn. Yeah. These are the rabble that I hang out with.
To think we would get people like him in here, just
wow.
I got to make some more of those just for non sequiturs, because it's a silly cutaway.
Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to build my clip arsenal. I've only got 2 or 3, but my computer isn't very strong, so it takes me a while to do stuff. It takes me about probably an hour to make a little 5-second clip because I gotta screen capture and then put it into a program and then cut it down, and yeah, it's slow and tedious, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I mean, half the time I go in without really any necessarily goal in mind, and I'll sit there and I'll kind of fiddle with it, and I'm looking around and I'm trying to, if I put this piece here, then I maybe put this over there, and I keep playing with it, I keep filling with it, and eventually I get something kind of put together.
I found myself watching a show or a movie and a funny part or something, and I'm like, oh, I could clip that. Oh, I could clip that.
Oh, all the time. Like I'm watching, I was watching Gundam, and I'm watching little bits of animation that are just obvious, like, oh, we took this 5 seconds and we stretched it out to 15 or 20 seconds. I'll look at that and think, I could probably work that into a GIF.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Going back to what I was talking about like fantasy, like medieval type stuff. That's something that I wish Hollywood. That's one of my beefs with Hollywood. Like recently, in the past decade or so, they've been taking our, I guess, mythologies, like especially with comic books and stuff, and just gender swapping, race swapping, stuff like that. The continent of Africa has such a deep and rich history, and especially a mythology. Their mythologies are amazing. Delve into that. Make movies about that. Make new content, but they won't.
Well, the closest they'll come is Black Panther.
Yeah, a black
which I
Anne
found was
Boleyn. Like, really?
I found interesting to find out how that was listed as black exploitation on Wikipedia.
Wow.
Which look, no, there's nothing inherently wrong with black exploitation, but it's just the fact that I saw it was listed there as one gave me a little slight pause and bit of a chuckle.
Yeah.
Yes, it absolutely was. I was looking into the movie Undercover Brother, and I was curious what other modern black exploitation movies were out there. And sure enough, listed was Black Panther.
We've got shows like Spartacus or hell, I don't know, Rome from HBO. Um, Stuff like that. Vikings. Why not a series, a historical series about Shaka Zulu? You know that dude fought off the British for a long time. I would watch that show. It would be amazing if they did it right.
Yeah, no, as I understand it, the Zulu movie, like it gave respect to both sides when that movie was done. Of course, I think nowadays you would only get like a one-sided, oh, the British are evil colonists.
Right.
But I think the other part of that is the fact that movie Gods of Egypt was made, and they just I think Hollywood got the message that movies about Africa don't sell well.
Yeah, that's their, I don't know.
That's how it is, though. They'll take a movie, they'll there's a bit of an obvious message to whether it did well or not, and then they'll turn around and they'll take the wrong message from it, like Bumblebee. Like, as I still haven't seen it, I need to see that movie still.
I haven't seen it either.
Everyone who I've heard to has said Bumblebee is a good movie. It's more in line with just what everyone was wanting from a Transformers movie. It's just that the 5 Michael Bay movies in turn had just tainted the brand, and then no one wanted to risk risk going for a sixth issue of a Michael Bay schlock.
Yeah, I need to watch that too. I heard they changed his the model of car that he is, and a lot of people didn't like that. A lot of the old fans from the original cartoon, but I don't recall exactly. Yeah, definitely Captain Trick.
Oh,
if they did it right.
we got a big fish. Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast.
How's it
I've
going?
been wanting to say that name for a while now on stream. Thank you for coming. Yes, hello there, Man of War. Welcome, and thank you for coming. Oh, so yeah, what's your weekend looking like there, Sven? Got anything exciting coming up?
Well,
exciting movies?
I wanted to start my comic book stream this weekend, but I don't think it's going to happen because I don't have my animation yet, and I want to put together a panel of people to discuss what I'm going to do. There's story arcs in the comic, and the first one is the first 5 issues, and I figure if I figure doing a panel show, there might be cases where some people can't make it every week or on every show. So if I can go through a whole arc with you, that would be sufficient. I introduced you to one little story, and maybe you'll go check it out yourself or whatever. But it's the discussions that I really want to do. Like I'm showing off the comic to the audience, but I really want to have conversations with people. So it's going to take me a while to get a cast, I guess, a panel together. So definitely not this weekend. Maybe next weekend or the weekend after. I have to put out some feelers.
Well, I mean, what you could even do is then just start with say one volume of a comic. Let's bring some people in to cover that one, and then take a little sidestep over to other series, because there's not exactly a small supply of storylines you could cover. Like, for example, if you wanted to cover just out of the blue, the Dark Phoenix saga.
Well, the thing is, I have the comic books, so it would have to be something from my collection. But I've got 4 long boxes, about 8 short boxes, and then like just random stuff. I've got a lot of comic books, and a lot of it's indie stuff. So, and I'm not covering Marvel, DC stuff. I'm not doing, mainstream stuff. It's stuff that nobody's heard of. Is what I'm going to talk about. But I could move on to something else. I do have all of Fables though, so it'd be nice to do the whole series. But I guess I could break it up. But definitely.
Well, I mean, for building an audience, I think it would certainly help to throw in some stuff people do know, because that way you're likely to also be able to draw people in with people looking for certain keywords, etc.
Well, yeah, but I gotta worry about the whole copyright claim, and
good point.
Marvel getting butthurt that I'm showing a comic book on YouTube type of stuff. But yeah, definitely. But it kind of goes against my channel. I want to give alternatives to the wokeness, and I'm sorry, but Marvel and DC are woke. And I don't see them stepping back from that cliff anytime soon.
No,
but other than that, no, I don't have anything going on this weekend. Just hanging out.
Oh, let's see. I have a brother's birthday today, which I'm gonna go see him. I have a funeral to attend, and then I'm off till Tuesday, so I can take some time to relax. And yeah, we'll sit here and I don't know, play some games, do something.
I caught T-shirt Historian the other morning talking about D&D. Man, it would be so awesome if somebody DM'd a D&D campaign on a YouTube stream. I would so love to play D&D. That would be an amazing concept for a show, I think. But
it is a bit of a popular. I mean, D&D has had a major resurgence in recent years, especially. Oh shoot! I just turned on my monitor. So give me 1 second. Wow, sorry. That was just
technical difficulties.
Yeah. Oh no, problems of my own doing. 5th edition of D&D has definitely caused a huge resurgence of the hobby. I mean, to the point where it's now become. I mean, really, that's what it is. It's a hobby, and people treat it like D&D is a community. It's like I've always seen it more as it's really just a hobby.
Yeah,
something you do to get together with friends.
It's the grandfather of tabletop games. It's definitely. And the problem is, like, I would do something like that, but the problem is I am not a DM, number one, and the last time I played D&D, it was 1st edition, so I am way out of the loop. No idea what's going on.
It's kind of interesting. There's a bit of a resurgence. There's a resurgence of that early style of game. There's what they call the OSR, old school Renaissance or old school revival. Basically, it's a lot of people that are taking and making a bunch of their own little games to sort of play with that basic set of rules. Because I guess the idea for them goes, you can't copyright a rule.
Yeah, there you go.
and there are people that are like successfully living off of that now. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, I that would be fun to do. I do run a D&D campaign on, let's see, the last couple of weeks have been on hiatus due to real life issues, but I've got a Saturday game I've been running, and it was kind of interesting. I wound up stepping next door to speak to my neighbor. Come to find out, the guy plays D&D. He watches Critical Role. He's into a lot of that stuff. So it was like, oh, I've been living next door to this guy for a couple of years. I've never even seen the guy or much less said hello to him. Only to find out that he does play D&D.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm under no illusions. I know creating campaigns as a DM, that it takes a lot of work. Like you put a lot of energy and time into creating an experience that when you actually sit down and actually play it, it might only last an hour or two, but you've worked on it for days. Yeah, and so I get that it's a lot of work.
Is this the notebook? I've got a little notebook I've been using for writing down some stuff about making up some some races, and like I was like playing with this idea of like some like polar bear people, kind of like they're Vikings.
Like was it World of Warcraft with the panda people? I could see
yeah, I mean, yeah, they had that, but I was kind of more inspired by, frankly, I was more inspired by Guild Wars 2, which is a MMO that I've played quite many hours into.
I've heard of it. I've never played it or know nothing about it, but I know.
It has an NPC race there that are just that, these polar bear, like sort of Viking people that travel around on giant iceberg ships.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That's a really cool idea.
Is it? Yes. Yes, LDG. I'm a big Guild Wars 2 fan. If I had my car keys by me, I have a Guild Wars 2 lanyard. I keep my keys on. Oh, geez, I remember I've had some good sessions where we would get together at a buddy's house and we would all have a potluck. Everyone would bring a little something. We would cook a little steak up and maybe have some salad, and we'd play like 5-6 hours. Like one time we had so many players, we wound up just splitting into 2 groups. So I was like, one group gets the living room, one group gets the bedroom.
Yeah, I would really love to do that on YouTube, but the problem is finding someone to DM that's willing to put in the work. You know? And I've never done anything like even close to that. I don't think I could do it. I don't think it would be any good. It would be it would be basic and simplistic, and people probably wouldn't be entertained.
I mean, fortunately, there are a lot of pre-built modules that can cut down on your preparation time quite a bit. So you're not necessarily stuck doing hour upon hour of prep.
Yeah, that, and the only I have the first edition manuals, like the player's manual, the DM manual, the monster manual. I have a 4th one too. I don't remember what it is. I just pulled them out actually the other day. Not sure what I did with them though. They're in this room somewhere.
There's been a few editions that I've played and I've sat down with, and like for example, Pathfinder 3rd edition, and I'll play those, and then I might get rid of all the books, but I'll keep my monster manuals, because sometimes there's a good mechanic to plunder. There's a good creature that's only exclusive to the system that I can just look at and get some inspiration for.
Okay. So anyway, 100
Yeah.
subscribers.
Yeah, that happened a lot faster than I expected. Like I thought I might be able to get like 2 or 3 at a time, or really a couple a month or something, and then slowly work my way up. But
Yeah, that's how it's going for me. I haven't really been doing much content though. Is the thing. It's been ramping up this week. I've been doing a show every day this week, but before that, it was basically just playing random video games and maybe doing a live stream every once in a while.
I just spent like too much on Steam last night, so I need to kind of play through a bit of that backlog now.
I can't wait to get because the PC I have is just it's very old, it's very slow. I'm working on it. I can't wait to get a new computer to where I can actually play some Steam games and actually stream them as well. That's going to be really fun because I am a fan of story. I love a good story. I love good characters and good arcs. I'm a story fan, and I would just. There are so many good games on PC.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yes, yes, LEG. It is in fact open panel. If you message me on Twitter, I can send you the link. I can send that same thing for everyone in the chat there. Let me. Here you go. This is my Twitter, by the way. So send me a little message, and I'll invite you on. You're more than welcome to come on, everyone. Oh god, yes. Man of War's right there. Valheim. If you want to be a Viking.
Oh my god, yes. I was watching Az play that when he first started. Oh, I want to play that so bad. And I looked into it. I'm like, because LDG is the one that helped me like put this computer, get it running, because it was my wife's computer she was using for college classes. And that's that's what it's for. It's not, it can't handle that shit. And he helped me put it together the way I could be here right now and do this. But I was looking through like the requirements, and I'm like, oh, I want to play Valheim so bad. And he told me like, dude, your specs won't handle it. I'm like, damn it. I was so heartbroken. I want to play that so bad.
Oh. LDG. Let me know tell me your Twitter handle, and I'll follow you back. But yeah, so the thing I like about Valheim is kind of that it's kind of entering that PS1 era of graphics levels, like from like the late 90s, where we're starting to just play around with the idea of 3D graphics.
Mm-hmm. I DM'd you the StreamYard link, LDG.
Oh, that works out too. Yeah, that's the other problem is video cards. It's the Bitcoin miners going crazy, and also so many people have been working from home. But most importantly of all, Snortopoopus is here.
Nice. How?
Ow.
My problem is I've only got 8 gigs of RAM, and my processor is really old. And it would be cheap. It's cheaper for me to just build a new computer than it is to upgrade this old ass motherboard. At least that's how I understand it.
Mine here was a pre-built. Like I just basically went to Best Buy and said, "Give me computer."
Right. That's what this was too. This was this was one of those rent to own places. Actually, she bought it from. So yeah, it's bad.
I went in with like what with like the stipulation of I want hard drive space. Like the SSDs are good, but they're tiny.
Right.
Like I'm willing to wait a little bit for my programs to load. And I need to do something about my lighting because I look awful on this side. Oh, yeah, that helps.
Hell, you should see me on camera. You can tell when I'm switching between screens because the light changes on my face. I have a little bitty living room lamp that's close by. That's my lighting. I'm working on a shoestring budget.
That's been one of the things I've been kind of handling myself. Actually, I've had a couple fortunate bonuses and gifts along the way from work or just good fortune came along.
Yeah.
To the point where I now have my green screen.
Well, actually, my wife bought me something for a birthday present I think it was about 10 years ago. Give me a second.
Yep.
And I was thinking to myself, perhaps this is worth a little bit of money. Maybe I could sell this on eBay.
Oh,
This is worth I looked it up, 9.0. It's being going for a little over $1,000, between $1,000 and like $1,200-$1,500. And I so want to not sell it because I don't like selling my stuff, but oh my god, that is a lot of money.
Especially right now with the way back issues have been going.
I could do a lot of stuff with that.
That could be a big boost to your streaming.
Definitely. But on the other hand, Spider-Man is my dude. That's my Marvel. That's my Marvel dude. Yeah, it's a big decision. I haven't made the decision yet, but yeah, I've been beating around the bush. Replace the dark light. Yeah, I could replace the lampshade, definitely. I could take it off. That might help. But do you really want to see my ugly face better? That's the question.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I could talk a little bit about how I got started with all this. Like, I remember coming across YouTube back in like 2006 when I was like wanting to watch like anime. Like I would come on here back when you could just like find episodes of One Piece or Naruto or Bleach right on YouTube. And then I've always stuck around since. That and watching stuff like Will It Blend? Which was really just all a glorified advertisement for it was all just advertisements for a blender company.
Okay.
Like they were so convinced of the quality of their blender that they were like, "Will it blend?" And then they go and shove in like a whole roasted chicken and a can of Coke.
I've seen stuff similar, but it's more of hydraulic presses, and they just stick random shit under it and crush them. Yeah.
Or they would just like shove in like cell phones. Will it blend an iPhone? And this thing would just like crush up an iPhone. Like, and it's still good enough to cut up strawberries.
Wow. It kind of sounds pretty good. Like I kind of want that blender.
Yeah. Oh, I remember I was in high school at the time back then, and I would be watching this in the little computer room, and then everyone in the computer room just kind of come around and be watching this stuff, and yeah, that was kind of the consensus from some of the people. Like, I gotta get that blender.
Yeah.
That and oh they might be giants. The the treadmill videos. The guys dancing on the treadmill.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Um, have you ever heard? I can't remember the guys that did it. It's a
Okay,
little.
go. That was it.
It was a little cartoon called Duralius and Associates, and it was like it was a parody. It was these 4 or 5 guys that were voicing these characters, and it was just absurd. I'll have to look it up later and send you a link. I'm not really sure how to describe it. Hey LDG, how's it going?
Hello everybody. Hello chat.
Oh, cool echo.
Hello Ironcast. Whoop.
Hey, thank you. Welcome and thank you for showing up for this.
Not a problem. Nice to meet you. LDG here. You can just call me LDG. I go by many names, but that's the easiest one. Yeah, I just met you here through Sven. Awesome. Congratulations on 100 subs. Have fun on the next 100 because it gets more fun from here. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, no, it's a treadmill. I've heard that for years. And
how old are you? Like
I
not
am
you, but channel old.
Oh, I've had the channel since 2000. I've had the account since 2006, and it wasn't until about like 2.5 months ago that I started actually making content, actually doing some live streams. Right. I might have shown up on the odd stream of like Father Christopher Miller or even Gary or even the Nerdrotic member streams. And that was actually where I had started actually jumping onto streams, because it started with me just on a member stream, and then someone was talking about a Discord server, and I kind of I popped my head up and said, "There's a secret Discord server I don't know about."
Yeah. There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah. And then before I knew it, here I am, actually making stuff and not just saying, "Oh, why aren't we talking about more good stuff?" And it's like, why aren't I talking about big robots?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that was my whole thing. Like, I got into this and was watching people, and I pulled the trigger and became a member of Gary. And I don't know if you've seen me in his member streams a few times.
Yep.
And I was just like, I kind of like, because like you agree with a lot of these YouTubers, but then it starts to get monotonous and depressing just hearing negative all the time. It's like, why aren't we talking about the good stuff? Like, I still haven't seen anybody discuss the show Sweet Tooth on Netflix. It's such a great show, and nobody will watch it because Netflix promoted that little movie. And so nobody watches Netflix anymore. But Disney, on the other hand, is doing crap over in China, virtue signaling, but everybody's still watching Disney. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It's not like Netflix made the movie; they just bought it.
Actually, I was on with Klobby last night on the Global Geek Gang, and we were talking about Sweet Tooth.
Oh, I must have missed that, but yeah, I need to watch it again. I binged through it when it dropped, and I was just going to check out the first episode, and I was hooked. I watched the whole thing in one sitting. I've actually got the first trade. I don't think I've ever read it though.
Yeah, honestly, I saw the cover art for Sweet Tooth and was frankly thrown aback by it. It's like it didn't appeal to me. Just
yeah, that looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was like, I don't know about this weird one. Also, I think around the time it was out, I was just like exclusively an X-Men guy.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these indie comics are really weird. But yeah, the story is amazing. And I love the show. The show I don't know because I have not read this. I think I've read a few pages of it, but I haven't read the story, the actual comic. So I don't know if it's true to the comic story, but I liked it. I thought it was really good. It was really positive too. Like, yeah, it's a what's the word? How do you say that? Dystopian world, but the kid is like he's really positive. He doesn't get down. He's looking forward. He has a goal. He's upbeat, and I really liked that.
Well, there was a. I've been getting into a bit of lately. Asterix. If you're not familiar with that,
No, I'm not. Never heard of it.
It's an older like French comic series about a bunch of like Vikings fighting off the Romans,
Okay.
which has multiple movies actually. I think it dates back to the 60s, so it's been around quite a bit.
So I have to look that up here in a second.
I will pull up my screen. There have been multiple video games of it, and like I said, multiple movies.
Okay.
It's definitely got a very upbeat art to it.
That reminds me of Looney Tunes or Hanna-Barbera.
Yeah, well, it stems from that same era of animation as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Art, and plus you can find most of the movies right on YouTube, so you can watch and enjoy. I believe there's up to like 38 volumes of the story proper, and they're each like 100 plus issues.
Sweet. That looks interesting.
Oh, that's not what I need. Yep, so that is certainly one more to watch and enjoy. So let me grab a random one. I'll just... About 54 pages. Was not expecting that to pop up on that screen, but hey, so it did. We're talking about, let's see, Man of War is bringing back up Sweet Tooth, saying he liked the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, the whole the zoo stuff, that was, I get it. I really love the big dude and the little kid, like the whole, I don't know, the buddy dynamic there. I was really into that. Like, he's following this dude around. This dude's got a past. He's trying to give him advice, but he's also trying to get rid of him.
Okay, so he's kind of a bit of a reluctant mentor then.
Yeah, basically. You haven't seen it? Oh, I wasn't aware.
I have not seen it yet, so it's like I said, it's something new to me, really.
So the concept is a virus. It's a form of flu. I think it's called the H1N5 flu strain, and it just starts killing the population. But at the same time, babies are starting to be born, and they're like animal hybrids. And so as the human population is going through this massive pandemic, even worse than what we've experienced now, Like it's just destroying the population. These kids are born, they start experimenting on them, and they're experimenting on these children. They're using these hybrid children to try to cure the disease. They think there's a link between the two. And that's how the world becomes what it is. So his father hides him off in like Yellowstone in a cabin in the middle of the woods and live together like isolated. He's trying to keep him safe. And then eventually his father gets sick, passes, and then he's got to fend for himself. I don't want to spoil. I kind of just did spoil a lot, but I'll leave it there. It's a good show. I wish more people would go check it out. And I get it. Screw Netflix, but I'd rather support Netflix than Disney.
I went and started up a new subscription for myself, and this way, in the way I see it, I have some control over myself where I can cancel the I can pause the subscription for myself, control it, and I at least have some control over it and the situation. Like I was able to get away with canceling my Amazon Prime for a few months now, so
yeah, I have Prime as well. That's a trickier one because it's not just the video subscription. It's
also the shipping.
Yeah, the shipping. There's a lot that goes into a Prime subscription, which holds a lot of value in my opinion. And yeah, I know Amazon is evil, but what are you going to do? I'm on the low spectrum of like the classes, so I can't be picky. You know what I mean? Like, they did get that chemistry right, Big Man and Sweet Tooth. Yeah, they did. And the villain dude, the villain guy, man, he just looks like one of those. He looks like the old caricature of the guy twirling the mustache, tying the woman to the railroad tracks. And I love it. I love it. Says you're muted, LDG.
I was just also trying to send out a couple invites just to see if we can pull in any other big fish.
What happened? Am I muted?
You're good now.
I can hear you now.
Oh, was I not muted a second ago when I was talking?
You were muted.
Apparently you were muted.
Oh, no, that's okay. Thank God. Thank God. I thought you guys heard that. I got too many mute buttons.
I've got a couple sitting around here.
Yeah, tell me about it. I don't have like a dome when I'm live, right? And so you got outside interference and stuff. And it's like,
I've got my little Stream Deck. I wound up buying because I was like, I want a soundboard, and now I just don't use it. Like I got to figure out how to.
You don't use your Stream Deck?
Well, I need to figure out how to.
Got this one or the bigger
that's
one?
the one I have. I need to figure out how to get that work added into my OBS.
Done. Help, please. That's what I do. Computer help. Anything you need.
I just got to find the right. I just got to find the right audio input for it.
Nope. Use what do you got for your audio? You got anything special? Like I got potato.
I'm using banana.
Banana. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I can show you how to play with your banana. Absolutely. The banana.
Oh.
Phrasing. Are we still doing phrasing?
I gotta work on that. Sorry.
Let me see if I can do this on the fly. Maybe I'll do it later. But in the meantime, let's have a little fun, shall we?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of a website called harddrive.net?
No.
Harddrive.net.
Yes. So I'll go ahead and pull it up. But for those of you unaware, harddrive.net is effectively the Onion or the Babylon Bee, but for video games, gaming culture.
Okay. I have to check that out.
Jedi apologizes and agrees to attend counseling after explaining he thought red lightsabers, quote, just look cooler.
Oh.
Yeah, Captain Trek, if we can do this on the fly.
That's something I'd like to touch on for a second, if I may. The whole Kyber crystal thing. I don't really remember where it started, but like, I guess it's canon now that they're. I don't want to say sentient, but like there's some kind of a force thing that they project into it, and like the Sith they bleed them or something. I remember reading in one of these novels. I want to say it's the Darth Bane trilogy, but it might not be. But I remember reading in an EU novel about the Sith and their crystals, and the reason the Sith crystals are always all red, according to this novel, is because they're synthetic. They're not the actual crystal's mind. This is a synthetic version, like a diamond and a cubic zirconia. And this whole bleed the crystal, and now it's red, and I was like, "Are you freaking? This is metachlorians all over again." That just irked me. That right there brought it to mind.
Coruscant. Local Jedi Knight Randor Holoban says he regrets showing up to a routine peacekeeping mission wielding a red lightsaber in what many have called a distasteful and offensive display of ignorance. I always wondered why so many Jedi used the same green sabers, so I thought I'd spice things up with a customized red one, said Holoban, nervously thumbing through a saber sensitivity hologram he received from the Jedi Council Human Resources Department for his upcoming counseling sessions. I really don't know I really didn't know that could be considered offensive. I just want everyone to know that I'm not that kind of Twi'lek.
Oh, that's great.
This website is great for a lot of that. They have so many articles like this, like one about right here, anime character brings a knife gun to a gun knife fight.
Yeah, I gotta find this and bookmark it. That's great.
I share the articles all the time on Twitter, so you might be able to find it through me.
Hard drive.
There's hard-drive.
Hard-drive.
.net. I didn't even really need to turn the saber on that day, Halaman explained, tears welling in his seven eyes. It was just a routine trade dispute, but I was so excited to show it to everyone. Other Jedi close to Halaban seem to echo the public sentiment that the debacle is a huge blow to the Order's already shaky reputation. The damn thing is red for Force sake. These young knights just don't know their history, said Kit Fisto, a Jedi Master from Coruscant with tentacle dreads. He's lucky no one tried to duel him. We tried to get a little jump after a dramatic red lightsaber reveal. Or pretend to. As with many issues throughout the galaxy, however, there are different opinions on both sides of the fence made out of energy beams. I can feel his embarrassment and shame. They make him stronger, weirdly, said a hooded figure who chose to remain anonymous under the threat of death while steepling their fingers. Everything goes according to plan. At press time, Halaban said that after finishing his Jedi Order mandated counseling, he hopes to spread awareness throughout the Force about the color red. And then they have some advertisements, but this is a good dumb website to go check out. Like, look at this. Arby's new gamer sandwich uses N64 cartridges as buns.
That's funny.
Speaking of new additions, we have Captain Trek.
Thank
Hello
you.
there.
Hey,
Hello. Well, I
How's it
can
going?
doing pretty good. I can thank Sven for finding you today.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm we're in a group together. And
Cool.
the can't keep on task force.
Oh. Earth successfully uninstalls McAfee.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw that
no.
one.
Too soon.
I wonder if the stock in that company actually went up or down. I guess it could go either way.
Either way, I have
After
to
that
say
news.
bravo for the timing of that article. Maybe too soon, but worth a laugh. Oh, they have. I think this website might be worth actually supporting just because stuff like Millennials' retirement portfolio still has a few empty sleeves. And it's just Pokemon cards.
Nah.
I hate Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm strongly considering selling my Marvel collection that I have. Those holograms are worth a pretty penny.
D&D player fails stealth check for fart at table. Former Cards Against Humanity writer keeps pitching Come Goblin to Wizards of the Coast.
That's funny.
I love this website. It's definitely one of my favorites to visit because you have to be able to laugh.
Definitely. Yeah.
Rich people greenlight 14 new shows about poor people.
Minimum rage. Yeah, that's the problem with society, I believe, today is everything is offensive. And it's like this I don't want to say generation because that's kind of a broad term that doesn't mean much, but yeah, it's like today a lot of people feel that because something offends them, it shouldn't exist. And that's no. It offends you, therefore maybe you ignore it. There's a lot of shit that offends me, and I ignore it. I don't watch it. I don't participate in it.
I think what it is people just need to remember and learn to be able to laugh at themselves.
Definitely.
Well, there's also the fact that there are people that are offended by things that have happened in the past, and that doesn't change what happened in the past. But being offended that it happened now, society look at things a lot differently than they do now. You know, you don't see the mammy cartoons because they're offensive. But back then they weren't. They weren't considered the horrible, offensive thing that they are now.
Hell,
I'm not supporting showing them. I'm not supporting showing them. But yeah.
Some of the early Looney Tunes stuff and Disney stuff was pretty damn offensive.
Yeah. And there was
in
even
today's standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In today's standards.
My point.
Go. Pickles, go.
Yeah, I was real quick. My point of view on my take of things, it isn't that it's people are being offended. That I don't think that's it. People have been being offended for over 2,000 years now. It's people's belief that they want to force their control over what they feel is offensive.
Yeah, that's
the
what
problem,
I meant.
AKA cancel culture. Okay,
you
that's
think just
where
because
I think
it's
a problem.
offensive that it needs to be stopped, and no.
Or to exercise your specific control to stop it.
Exactly.
To be more specific.
Exactly.
Not that, because if it's offensive, obviously it's offensive. You want it stopped. It's the fact that we got these little, son of a who's, getting together and forcing their will upon others. And that's also been a story for 2,000 years. The only difference is now you can do it at a click of a button. And it's a whole nother game. It's a whole nother playing field. And then also you have the other side of the coin that doesn't click a button. More people click a button to destroy somebody than people click a button to save that person. Anyway, so since there's nobody clicking that button to save that people, we have people getting canceled left and right. It only takes one report, right? One report to have someone be under review and get banned permanently for some stupid comment that a video game made up or a TV show made up, for Pete's sakes. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry I brought this topic up. Kind of bringing this.
No, that's it. That's my point of view. Yeah. That's we're adding my piece to the pie there.
I mean, it doesn't take much these days where you can just do it from the other side of the world, literally now, which is everyone connected. It's so easy to get. It's so easy to get people to reach out and complain. I mean, well,
it's like,
admittedly, it's a lot of what we do. It is in a way a lot of what we do tend to do is we'll like, oh, Star Wars, blah blah blah. But
well, not to get into politics because I'm not trying to, but it's like the political discussions, like on websites like Reddit, talking about how we need to change our democracy in ways like the Supreme Court stuff and like the filibuster stuff. I guarantee you that the majority of these people on this site that are talking about that aren't even United States citizens, don't even understand our Constitution. And it's just like, yeah.
Good point. A lot of these people, especially they don't even have to be part of it. Like you can just see a tweet in passing, right? Just in passing, right? Somebody tweets something, somebody likes something. It passes by somebody's eyes. Just one. They're not even in on that channel, know who that person is in their discussion. They are literally an outside entity, and at a single click of a button can start a report or can't get them canceled or start something, and they're not even in the circle. Just it's amazing. It's amazing how something like that can happen.
Hail brightest day. We were talking about you earlier.
Yep.
It was all good, I promise.
That's not true. Sven said you suck at building.
I said no such thing.
Sven would never do that.
Out loud.
On a live stream.
Exactly.
I don't talk shit about nobody in public. But let me actually say that if I am talking shit about you, it is nothing that I wouldn't or haven't said to your face.
Which, by the way, Zach, you've got the link, so you're welcome in at any time if you're able to make it. So yeah, what I guess we should swing to something a little bit more upbeat then. What are your guys' favorite franchises? If you had to pick one.
Big Trek fan. If I had to pick one, like one.
No, we'll just kind of go with the blanket of one genre, one franchise. So you basically have the encompass all of that one thing.
Middle Earth for me. Tolkien, 100%.
I would just say sci-fi as a whole. Any sci-fi?
Yeah. It's tough to pick. I mean,
It is.
They're
I mean, you got
really
great things like The Matrix and Trek and Star Wars and sorry, go ahead. Hard to pick.
yeah.
Star
like
Trek and Star Wars are my number one. There is no
picking. They're linked at the hip.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take both the kids. Yeah, I'm in a similar way there. It is so hard to be able to pick that it's kind of unfair for me to now force you guys to pick it when I can't pick.
There's so much. I mean, because I love Dragon Ball, and that's not
Yes.
technically sci-fi. Technically, it's got sci-fi elements, but it's not sci-fi. But I love me some Dragon Ball.
One of the things I like about Dragon Ball Z specific is Frieza. I mean, just the idea of the unsympathetic villain who's just evil. He knows he's evil. He knows he's a villain. You can't change him.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas everything nowadays has just been, oh well, it's a sympathetic villain. He's not a monster because of his own choice. It's because of the environment. It's like no, this guy blows up planets because you pissed him off.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's like the ends justify the means type bullshit. No, sorry, buddy.
Plus, how satisfying is it to have a villain that you can just hate? You can have that outlet. It's like, oh, I want to see this guy suffer.
That's why Darth Vader was such a great villain. He was just all-encompassing evil in the original trilogy, and the redemption arc, of course. But that first movie, he was a bad guy, and that's why he's so popular. But
situational.
I kind of wanted to do a little twist on that. What about say you got sucked into an interdimensional vortex and you're being transported to a fictional universe? What universe would that be?
Cool World. No, I'm joking. Dragon Ball. Shit, I would love to be in Dragon Ball.
I suppose the question is like, are you just gonna be the same ordinary? Are you still just gonna be you in that world, or are you getting any of the special powers?
I don't know. I guess
because if I'm not gonna get force powers by going into the world of Star Wars,
dealer's choice, I suppose.
Right.
Dealer's choice.
I mean, on the one hand, I might say pre-2015 Marvel because I want to be a mutant and get the powers.
Yeah, I want to change mine. I want to be Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet. I'm good. I wouldn't screw up though.
I would pick some sort of medieval fantasy realm like Tolkien or maybe Game of Thrones. I just want to stab somebody. I want to cut somebody's head off with a sword.
You do realize, like, you could be the one stabbed or your head cut off if you go over there. You know that, right?
Of course. There's
end up some orc's dinner.
Of course.
I figured Sven was going to say something like, I want to go to like Lord of the Rings. You know that one huge monster that was on the field, the super huge one, deformed and whatever. I could see Sven wanting to be like one of those.
No.
I've got it. Cave troll.
Oh, what?
Cave troll?
No, I was saying the cave troll from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the cave troll.
Oh, the cave troll. Yeah.
No. I would want to be like an elf or not. Yeah, one of the elves or maybe a ranger.
That is so. I mean, I know you and I just know each other for a few months, but I would never have guessed you would have said elf.
Hell
I would
yeah,
assume
man! Those
dwarf.
elves are badass. Like,
They are. They are.
I'd go dwarf. I think it's like probably one of the most common answers you'll get is, "I'll be a dwarf."
yeah, yeah. Elf for me. You live forever. You're majestic and I guess beautiful. And yeah, they're badass. They're ass beaters. You got the entire eternity to perfect your martial arts or whatever you want.
I mean,
That'd be awesome.
I've just been playing a dwarf so much in D&D that that's kind of my default I go to. Plus, you drink some ale and you're gonna fight.
Yeah, Brightest
life.
Days got it. Gotta live dangerously. Like, live by the sword, die by the sword. I mean, yeah, of course.
Do some fucking James Bond shit.
That's stabbing somebody's on my bucket list. And I don't mean just like with a switchblade or something. I want a fucking broadsword. I want to hack somebody's limbs off.
You're gonna be the Highlander.
Give me a katana. I want to be an 80-year-old man just dying and be like, fuck it, I'm going to go kill somebody with a sword. Somebody pissed me off in the bank.
New Bomb Turk. New universe. Only one entity with powers. Me. Gotta be totally narcissistic. And yet be completely indifferent. Drive the world crazy, not give a damn. LOL.
I like that.
That would be cool if you were like in the real world and you just got, I don't know, just ungodly superpowers. I would totally be a villain. I would not be a hero.
Manowar 665. Okay, I'll be the Witch King of Angmar then, since it hasn't been picked. So maybe Star Wars won't be best for you, low spec. Says, I got beheaded a lot last night in Jedi Academy. Full dismemberment.
Perhaps I shouldn't be saying things like I want to hack somebody to pieces with a sword on a live stream.
That's probably not a good idea.
Not a good idea.
No. Apparently the rule is you just got to say in Minecraft.
Yeah, there we go. I apologize, Ironcaster, if I've hurt your channel at all by my violent musings.
And, well, forgetting the fact that you're talking about Minecraft, you do need to remember to mention that.
Yes, in Minecraft. That would be
So
cool.
how often do you it would be cool to be a Jedi. It would also be cool to be Q. But yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
That's not bad.
Oh my God.
That's one of my normal when I was going out and cosplaying, I'd go full on Obi-Wan. I've got the saber for it. I've got
You got the Obi-Wan-esque perception going on. I like that.
Yes, thank you. A little Alec Guinness in there, and also
And as soon as you go gray, it'll be even better.
Also, of course, hello there.
There you go. Hello there.
Which I need to clip that for the. Oh, I need that now. I just need I need that for every time I bring people in.
Yeah.
That works.
Yep. Speaking of clips.
Wow.
The art of the hyperclip. Yes, you will grow those quite plentiful. Quite plentiful. I got to get some more for myself, actually. It's been a minute since I've added to my collection. Oh, by the way, which a stream deck will come in super handy?
Yeah,
I've got I need to figure it out now because I've got a bunch of sound bites I can just throw in, like freaking Adam Sandler and the Water Boy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got mine. When anybody I don't know, anybody mentions WandaVision, I have a personal story about that. I have my own little. All hooked up to the stream deck.
No. You also have
Where's my money?
you also have things for your mood, don't you?
To my what mood?
Your mood.
Yes. Well, depending. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, I did recently reset everything, so I had to reconnect my stream deck to a lot of my my videos that I had.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I got my favorite intro. My favorite little intro. And this is somebody actually made for me. It's one of the few things I didn't actually have to make. Let's see here.
Pickle! You back! We think you leave for good! And now, please welcome to the stage, Pickle!
That's his avatar, by the way.
And that's my avatar, yeah. That's
Pickles.
And yes, I am to blame.
yeah. Yeah, nobody could seem to say my name right.
Hey, at least I got to start a trend.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. Could have been worse, I guess. Could have been a lot worse.
So if you were a Jedi, what color would your lightsaber be?
Green.
Really? Just regular, normal green?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, that's float your boat, man. Like the regular green though, or like a hyper green or some kind of crazy green.
Well, you know, there's a difference, right, between the colors. It differentiates.
Well, I heard there's different types of differences, right? First, it was supposed to be what side of the Force you're on, and now it's about what some kind of hyper crystal. Your crystal.
No. The color of your lightsaber depicts what type of Jedi you are. The green ones are the I can't remember the terms. I'm pretty sure it's like the Jedi Knights. The ones that
Like the consulars and
the blue ones are more of the scholars and that type. Yeah, see. That's where I was getting at.
Yeah, like the white ones are the people that went to the dark side but then left the dark side.
Blue is warrior.
Was,
okay. Yeah, see, Imperial Light got it. Yeah, mine would be blue.
there's my favorite one. Purple's for Sam Jackson.
That's awesome that he's like, can I have a purple lightsaber? And he's the only character that has one.
And then they built up lore all around justifying that one decision.
Yep.
You know, that's kind of one of the things I loved about the prequels and George Lucas. It was like the buildup of reasoning behind things. And sometimes it would be something as simple as, we're gonna name the planet Obi-Wan is from Stew John after Jon Stewart.
It's funny.
You know, I made Star Wars. Like, yes, George, yes, we know.
What
You know,
is
it's
a
funny,
consular? What does that mean?
I believe maybe more of your negotiators.
Yep. That's what that word means, definitely. Mine would be blue, and it'd probably be a really dark blue. I am not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think mine would be purple or gray or white, whatever.
I am
one of the
not
two.
A negotiator. I'm not a people person.
Not my favorite
You're
color,
not a purple,
but
you're not a purple people eater.
Yeah.
Do we have a?
Yeah, I would definitely say purple.
Oh, I found something for kind of explaining some of the color differences and meanings
There you go.
between legends and canon. The red. Legends. As legends decides the red, the Sith created their own crystals through the dark side of the Force and made them red to set themselves apart from the Jedi. The canon says the crystals are now alive somehow. The Sith made them bleed to give them their red color.
That's what pisses me off. They used to be
Oh.
synthetic.
Yeah, that's just.
They
I'm
created their own crystals. They were synthetic crystals. That's why they were all red.
Yellow in the legends. The Jedi Sentinel class, known for getting their hands dirty, doing undercover work, and employing special tech to go with their Force abilities. Yellow in canon, because the Temple Guardians should look different from the actual Jedi.
The white plate of supremacy. Hey, I'm a white supremacist when it comes to cake. White cake or nothing.
Green in legends. This color generally belongs to the Jedi Consulars. These users focus on the Force instead of their lightsaber skills. Blue in legends belongs to the Jedi Guardians, whose focus more on their lightsaber skills and their Force abilities. Whereas in canon, for both, because George used blue and green with the originals, you can't have Star Wars without them.
Yeah, I would definitely focus more on my lightsaber skills than light Force abilities.
Purple in legends. Jedi who have a very strong connection to both sides of the Force and can be highly aggressive in battle. Purple in canon. Because Sam Jackson wanted a purple one. White in legends. Users are neutral between the Jedi and Sith, but still are incredibly loyal to the faction they deem worthy. Whereas white in canon, because Ahsoka should look different when she ditches the Jedi. Of course, then Legends also has like orange, magenta, silver, bronze, gold, teal, cyan, darker variants of red, blue, green, and purple with different meanings, even a special color that only exists in Legends. Whereas canon just has black.
Black lightsabers matter.
Black sabers matter. That's great.
See, I love the Legends saber lore, and I just believe they screwed it all up in the comics. I believe where it says canon, it was the comic books that introduced. They make them bleed. They're alive. They make them bleed, and I'm like, oh my god! It was something about Vader's history, I believe. I think I've got that comic somewhere as well.
I'd be curious to see what combo of ring and saber Brightest Day would pick. That was another good color set. Was the Lantern rings?
I would say honestly, from a few conversations and the Avatar, probably green. Just a wild guess, though.
You know, that was a fun crossover between Transformers and Star Trek. Actually, there was a couple of really good Star Trek crossovers. Transformers and Green Lantern.
Wow.
Which the Transformers one, for anyone who hasn't had a chance to look at it, was done in the style of the animated series.
Wow. I haven't seen that.
I'll pull up a couple images here. Yeah, well, yeah, it's like it is fun. It is a very fun comic to read through. You know, at one point, Kirk is going on about the Prime Directive, and then Optimus interrupts him. Well, this is Prime's directive.
I remember was it Doctor Who and Star Trek
Yep.
crossovers? But yeah, there's been a lot of crossovers.
Oh, there are some great little bits of dialogue in here. Do me a favor, would you, Soundwave? Record the sounds of these human screams so I can listen to them again later.
That's a good voice you got there. That sounds just like him.
You know, a lot of that came from it's like such great iconic voice chat, or a lot of great voice actors, and just hearing them do the voices, and for a while, it just came into trying to imitate what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's a good skill to have if you're a DM, voicing a lot of NPCs.
Oh, one of my favorite voices I had to pull out recently was for an old lady. You are late. You should have been here 20 minutes sooner.
Immerses your players into the story. Definitely.
Also, I mean, hey, we got Spock and Optimus doing the Vulcan salute.
That's a good cover right there.
I like that.
Which it is available in trade, so you can go check that out sometime. That one, like I said, it was a lot of fun, and I think they have like Starscream turning into a bird of prey at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually, the Enterprise turns into a Transformer.
Oh Lord, I was thinking about that. I thought, no, they wouldn't do that. Okay.
Oh, of course they did.
So what did the ship turn into then?
I think they wound up like doing some sort of like transference onto it to do that. But I mean, so far Transformers has done a lot of the crossover toys lately. Like there's the X-Wing's Blackbird got turned into a big Transformer, which actually exists. Also, the DeLorean from Back to the Future.
Yeah. I still would have rather had Kit.
And also Ghostbusters. The Ecto one.
You know, come to think of it, that's a good series to go back to and look for clips to pull out as Back to the Future. But there's a ton of
Ooh la la. Ooh la la.
yeah, there you go. Butthead. Oh my God, the many times he says butthead.
Butthead. Yeah. Oh my God, there's so much good stuff out there to watch and enjoy. But you know, I think we've been going on for a good about hour and 40 minutes. I think this might be a good point to wrap up, I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. So, I guess we'll go do a little bit of a go around the horn and head out of here then.
Well, thanks for having me on. Like, this was fun. I love talking about the the things that we love, the franchises that we love. And I am Sven, the Naked Nordic Ninja. You can find me on my YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter, talking about comic books, reading bedtime stories, and playing video games. And that's me.
Anything coming up that we should know about?
I do bedtime story streams every weekday at 9:00. I go for a hard hour. If I go over the like if the hour mark hits and I'm in the middle of a chapter, I'll finish the chapter. But currently, I'm reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. My next book, I haven't decided on if I'm going to read Mist or if I'm going to read a Star Wars novel. We shall see. But I'm almost done with the first book of Hitchhikers. Probably another day or two, maybe 3.
The first of the 5 books of the trilogy.
Yeah. I'm just gonna read the first one. Not because it's bad. I love the Hitchhiker's Guide. It's just so hard to read out loud. It's like verbal jousting. It's like literary jousting. It's like back and forth. There were so many tongue twisters and just the language is very difficult for me at least to read out loud. I do have another show concept that I'm working on that I should be implementing pretty soon, and that is I'm calling it Comics Out the Closet. And I got my camera here, and I'm going to be reading, showing comic books to a panel, and we discuss them. And I'm going to start with Fables. It's a great little story, indie comic that I love. I've got all the issues, and I would love to share it with an audience. I had planned on starting this weekend, but that's not going to happen. So probably, and I'm thinking it'd be a good Saturday, maybe afternoon show. So maybe check me out next week. I might be starting it then. And that's all I have.
Oh, excellent. Brightest Day here thinks it's a good angle to have.
Yeah, Brightest Day was one of the guys that helped me do this because he does a lot of his build streams. He's got an overhead thing, and I had a discussion with him in private about how I could do it and what kind of camera I could do it with, and so shout out to Brightest Day for the assistance. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Captain Trek, let's jump over to you because I don't know if LDG is back yet.
Okay, well, you can find me weekdays, actually 7 days a week, but let's see here, Tuesday through Saturday, Sunday. I ought to practice this more. Tuesday through Sunday, I'm on at 6 a.m. Central, doing the morning brew, and on Monday, I do go ahead and join another stream. It's Michael T. at High Desert Comics. He does an all-nighter, and then I go on at 8 a.m. Central on Monday for morning brew.
All right, I'm subscribed to you now, so I'll be checking you out. And let me pull this back down. Okay. See, LDG. I don't think LDG is back quite yet, unfortunately. But I'm going to take a moment to just stop, and I want to thank everyone who's given me a bit of their time and inviting me into either their routines, their circle of friends. Like, I am so grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to come and talk about robots and make some new friends. Because I think of all you as friends. This has been a this has been a fun hobby that's kind of become a part of my life that I started to plan things around. And I really, if I didn't have those early pushes early on, I don't know if I would be doing this or not, or if I'd just be sitting here playing video games.
I couldn't agree more. I'm the same way. Like I am here for the friendships, camaraderie, and
Which is why I need to go ahead and book my room for Vegas soon, because that's getting close.
Man, I wish I could go, but yeah, just not financially in a place to go cross country. And especially Las Vegas. Oh my God, I bet it's expensive as hell.
There's it is one of the big tourist traps,
Yeah.
just in that city with the Vegas Strip and that. But really, I think the biggest thing I need to remember, and I need to always remember to tell myself every day, every stream, every time I look at you, I look at making content in and around YouTube, is that I'm just some asshole on the internet, and that really, I should never assume anyone will watch my stuff. Just don't get a big head about this stuff, and that the audience is king, because without them you're nothing. Well, I shouldn't say without them you're nothing, but without them the channel doesn't grow, the channel doesn't do any of that.
Definitely. That's one of the reasons why I'm stopping at the first book of Hitchhikers, because my audience has fallen off substantially. Message received. That I'm not really enjoying, like reading it out loud. It's a very difficult read. But yeah.
So yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone who's come and given me part of their time. 100 subscribers down, the sky's the limit.
We something that a good friend of mine, author Stephen Walton, the guy that actually, he's the reason I'm here. He pulled me out of the chats. He loves to say, "We rise together."
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. That we're trying to be the opposite of crabs in a bucket. That we're all trying to pull each other up.
Definitely.
So it's a matter of trying to help kind of bring people along. Like, for example, let's take a moment here to talk about Macklin, who has made a couple of videos. In particular, she's doing a MST3K sort of dub making fun of the Mobile Suit G Gundam. So if you want to see some silly giant robot martial arts,
Okay.
check her videos out. One of the channels I also like to recommend is Agent Decibel. The guy's basically a super villain. Grab him real quick. He's only at 11 subscribers. He's got like 34 videos, so the guy has been putting out some regular content. Just kind of share his link in chat. Like, the guy had a really, really solid video about Megatron from about a couple weeks ago, and the guy covers a lot of content where he talks about the rules for the supervillain and how to defeat their enemies.
Wow.
So this guy's got some fun content.
Cool. Subbed. I'm already subbed to Macklin. But yeah, I'll check that out too.
And his videos are the guy's videos on average are maybe about 30 seconds long, so you're not exactly sinking a lot of time into his content, but
don't forget the wake down.
Oh yes,
yeah, no problem. I sub to anybody and everybody that comes across my friend circle. We rise together.
Yep, the Wake Down is another good channel to recommend. But I think if LDG isn't back yet, we'll probably be wrapping this up here. Of course, the LDG can't speak for himself at the moment, but I want to, tell you guys to check his videos out.
Oh yeah, and he does a backstage that where he opens it up to anyone. He will help people with their computer needs. Allow place for people to just hang out, talk offline. It's normally very private. Group of people just go in there and just kind of hang out, just to have fun.
And also, I suppose I'll just kind of grab my little stack here. Sorry, spoke away from the microphone. Oh no, Macklin, no, we did not yet. Of course, also, Fenrir the Ice Wolf isn't here, but he sure loves to have himself talked about, and he's the other co-host on my Gundam show. If Brightest Day can help me out and link him in the chat. He's upcoming. He managed to get 100 subscribers without making a single video. So it's pretty impressive for him.
Wow.
Just somehow he got himself into live streams and he got himself subscribers out of it. He a bit of criticism for him. He needs to work on not speaking over people, but otherwise, I like hearing what the guy says.
Mm-hmm. There's
and also
Captain Trek link, the LDG's backstage. It's a StreamYard link that you can bookmark, and whenever he's around, just jump in there, and you never know who you'll find.
Yep, this is the other part about it is as it's been described of Mad Mardigan has said, Fenrir somehow managed to get where he's at on a cell phone with African internet. LDG, you're back. Welcome.
Hey, sorry about that. I had to find a key here that magically got lost. Oh, what's going on? Sorry, it took me a minute.
Oh, we were starting to do
Backstage?
a bit of wrap-ups.
Oh, wrap-ups? Awesome. Hey, by the way, how often do you stream?
So on my channel, I do it about once a week, which has been my Monday or Tuesday. And I really, and I'm usually on other channels. Like I've been on Nick Weiser's a couple of times. And Father Christopher Miller in about 2 hours will be up. That'll be over there. I've shown up on Klobbies for the Global Geek Gang on Thursdays. So I'm kind of all over.
Cool. Awesome. But yeah, I guess we're wrapping up there. Yeah, if you ever need any computer support, hit me up. That's what I do. That's Geeks Enjoy IT and LDG of Geeks Enjoy. I also do open watch parties, open panels, Nerd Chat, Geek Chat. Saturday night, we do what's called a Nerdgasm over on Geeks Enjoy Nerdrotica. And soon a new website, new platform if you're interested, nerdrotica.com. Check it out. Awesome show, man.
Thank you. So one last thing to kind of go out on is a couple of recommendations for the people in chat. Things to watch. If you think you're getting a little low on the stuff to watch, then I've got a couple of recommendations here with me to watch. One of the big ones that a lot of people have been watching as of late, Babylon 5. I'm currently in the middle of the 5th season. And I mean,
nice.
There's been a lot of people who have been starting to watch it as of late, like guys like Gary and Az from Nerdrotic, Raquel Briggs over with Klobby.
That's a show that I haven't seen, and it looks like HBO Max. Damn.
Unfortunately so. Yep, it is on HBO Max. It's well worth a watch. And kind of going down my list, I would also recommend Stargate SG-1. You can get the seasons you can get this for like $8 on Amazon, so it's easy enough to get. It's cheap.
The buddy I told you about that does the Cosme streams with me, he's actually wrapping up Stargate SG-1 season 2 next Tuesday. And I think that'll be the end of his watch party of Stargate. But yeah, we've been watching Stargate every week, 3 episodes of it. It's an awesome show.
It is.
kind of continuing my list. I would also recommend the Pink Panther films.
Definitely.
Great, amazing comedy. Some of the funniest ones out there. Also an MGM property like Stargate. And then finally, one of the things I've been really trying to push as of late, currently on Netflix, is the movie trilogy of Mobile Suit Gundam, which for anyone who wants to be able to get an idea of what I'm talking about on my Monday show, there's a movie trilogy that sums up the three. There's a movie trilogy that sums up the complete series of the show I'm covering. So you'll be able to have a good visible. You'll be able to have a good reference for the stuff we're talking about. Currently on my show on Mondays, Tuesdays, start of the week. We'll be getting into episode 7 of Mobile Suit Gundam next week. Yes, as Nerdpoil says, it's a compilation film of the TV series. So yeah, this upcoming week, we'll be getting into episode 7 of that. And yeah, I wanted to, I guess we'll wrap up here. And guys, thank you for showing up. Everyone in the chat, thank you for coming out and celebrating this little 100 milestone with me. I'm looking forward to getting and chatting with you guys more.
Awesome.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you guys in the chat. Thank you to the panel. You guys have really helped me these last 2 hours fly by. Thank you, Sven. Thank you, LDG. And thank you, Captain Trek. Good night, everyone.
Later.
Later, guys.